What's up, everybody? So, this is going to be like a little test run for what I was talking about. So, you guys can tell me if I just posted on this channel and I put like not a music, no music involved, no guitar playing, or whatever, or should I do it separate? But it does involve some of the musical stuff, so I don't know if I should keep it on here or not and just label it, hey, so you guys know this is no music. By the way, we're donating that, and no, it's not a fake donation like some of these guys do. And I have my good friend Tom Bukovac is here in the house today. He didn't make it. No, it's a joke, it's a joke, it's a joke. But we'll get into him. So, all right, let's get into some of this stuff. I might have to do a couple videos on this as well. I got lots of notes. You see, I did research on this stuff. So, first of all, I'm going to tell you, go on to Joe Rogan's show and look up 2105 episode with Dr. Phil, where he explains he has social media people on his channel, on his TV show, and they explain what they do. Like that they go into Walmart, they buy 3-4 bags of carts full of clothes that they're donating to their community, and then they return them 2 days later. Or fake money, that's motion picture money or Team money, and they act like they're giving it away and it's fake money. But this is what Dr. Phil talks about. Like one of them was, and someone said, "Oh, this is one we're wearing tonight to the NBA Finals." So now I know all this, and I knew a lot of it before I talk about it. And this is how I knew about Tom Bukovac. Now, to set this record straight with Tommy Boy, he's a good guitar player. His channel has some valuable information. What I don't agree with is his character and his attitude. When you go on someone else's channel and you don't stick to topics because you don't like what they say and they're going against your opinion in free speech and going, I don't agree that that's a holy grail. And you go, how do you know? You suck at guitar. You can't play. You don't know nothing. You've only had one in your hand. I've had thousands. That's not a professional. That's what I had a problem with. Now, see, I stuck up for Gus because I own a couple, but it was more or less, I knew that Tom wasn't going to insult my playing. And he even said, I have no issue with your playing. You're an incredible shred guitar player, and I actually admire what you do. He sent that in a private email, so you guys couldn't see it. But I still have the email. He said, but I pissed him off because, for whatever reason, that I didn't agree with the 59. Now, but there was something else that I was made aware of by a friend of mine as well. And I forgot about this. And this happened to me a long time ago, but it wasn't with a guitar. I put a guitar cabinet at someone's house that I jammed with when I was a kid, and it messed up their TV because the magnets are so strong in my in the 4x12s. There are magnets in your guitar pickups. Be very careful what you put those 59s next to, because they can be demagnetized, and then your $10,000 pickups aren't worth anything. And I would never tell anyone to go buy a 59 in today's world at $500,000 to $600,000. They're not worth it. Now, I bought mine for thousands of dollars back in the 80s. But you have to remember, you're looking at 40 years ago. So of course I didn't pay that money. I didn't pay 600 grand for them. I paid, I think my 58 was 8 grand and the other one was 17 or 27 at the time. Because I thought they were holy grails. That's what I was told. Kind of like Rolex is the best watch. We all know it's not. Well, no, tone wood isn't the greatest thing. That's another thing. Old wood is just old wood. Old wood becomes rotted wood, dry wood. Old wood is not necessarily a good thing. It's also wood, so elements affect it. Not having a finish on there affects it. Why? Because it's not sealed anymore. There's a lot of factors. Just like the demagnetizing a pickup. So there you go. But the whole Tom thing, so I didn't have a problem. But I'm going to show you, because I have all this info. So I'm just going to show you. He's got claims from 1,200 to 2,000 records he's been on. Now recordings, records. This is why that's a lie. So he came into Nashville around 92. Now let's say he got his foot in the door, took him 5 to 8 years. That's around 2000. So he's been doing famous people's records and session work since 2000, 25 years ago. I don't even know how old he is. Let's say he's 50. That puts him around 25, 26 years old. That's about right. Although he does look like he's 60. Tom, I'm older than you. I don't look older than you. So you divide that into 25 years. 2,000 recordings into 25 years, right? There's no way you did 80 records per year. Maybe 80 recordings. So if you're taking an album, I've been on 2,000 albums. Yeah, but you were on only 10 seconds on one track. It's again a play on words. It's BS to make you seem bigger than you are. So can you legally say, that's like me saying that I've done shows for probably thousands of artists, but did I play a full show with them? No. Have I got on stage with them or fixed something for them and happened to be at a show real quick and the guitar player was a friend of mine, so I ran out there and fixed something that his guitar tech didn't know what was wrong because he was troubleshooting, and I ran out there and fixed it real quick? Yeah, so technically do I say that I get a credit for that? Stupid. Just like the tour thing. I'm playing with Vinny Appice. Do I count those as tours? He's on tour. One's a bar, one's a not an arena, but it's a like a touring venue. It's not a bar. That's all they do is have shows there. You don't go there and hang out, watch TV, and listen to music. So do I count that as a tour? No. I'm opening up, number one, so I'm going over here 30 minutes from my house and an hour from my house. Am I touring the country with him? No. Absolutely not. So there's no way he did 80 recordings. There's only 52 weeks in a year. So if you're thinking it's full albums, it's impossible. Now, even Tommy Tedesco, who's the most recorded guitar player according to Guinness Book of World Records, album-wise, he's not on 80 records, but he has been on tracks, see? So if I'm 10 seconds on a track and it goes on an album, do I claim that as an album credit or a track credit? See, there's that slippery slope. But of course, if I was Tom, I'd say albums. It makes me look more bigger than life. And sometimes when you're in those kind of rage stupors, you want to be bigger than life. I don't have a problem with his channel as far as his playing or his channel. I have a problem with his character. It's flawed. And to give you an example, in the news, I'm not an Elon Musk fan. And I'm sure some of you guys are and some aren't. I have no problem with them, but I don't like them. What's the first thing you see in donations? $5.7 billion in Tesla stock to his Musk Foundation. All the money gift. You can't donate Tesla stock to St. Jude's Hospital. It doesn't work that way. You have to convert it and donate it into your foundation so that you save money on your stock from capital gains and taxes so that you can donate more money to. So in 2021 he donated 5.7. He also donated $55 million to St. Jude's in 2021. X Prize Foundation $54 million in 2021. He also donated to Pennsylvania University. Now X Prize, I looked them up. They're like a worldwide organization that help people that aren't as fortunate. Um, he's done a lot. So like I looked up other artists. Like he donated like $1 billion. Now is it, or maybe even 2 billion? I forget what it is. But that's not the whole point. The whole point is the lies and misconceptions, the misinformation, and that's what's here on social media. So like when you're on YouTube and you're promoting things like 59s and you're trying to influence people, like I guess I could say I'm a social media influencer, but I'm trying to influence you to be better guitar players, not take your money, no donations. You don't see me asking donations to my Patreon or my PayPal. If you're an incredible guitar player that's made a lot of money, why would you be asking for people to donate to your PayPal like Tom? There's something wrong with that. It's a character flaw. Because then that shows that you're not who you are. You don't have all this money. And if you need money for PayPal, what the hell are you doing with a $200,000 58? Well, then you might should consider selling that and pay whatever money you need. I don't know. So, Joe Rogan, 2105 with Dr. Phil explains some of this stuff. Now, I can also tell you that social media influencers lie because how do I know? Because there's a lot of things I know that I don't talk about. Over where I keep my guitars in the airport hangar, and I even said, oh, and they're like, oh, you have a private jet? No, I don't have a private jet. I've never owned a private jet. But I could have made it look like a private jet owner. Because the person that I rent the hangar from for my guitars has jets in there all the time. I told you he's got like 10 of them. Now I can go in the jet, open it up, no one's there. I can do videos all day long. Now I could even say to him, hey bro, which the guy on the other side of the executive airport does, where there's access, like almost like a public access road to some warehouses before you get into the airport, because their buildings are kind of like on the property line, and then in the back it's their property, the airport. But like some of these guys are renting for 15 minutes. You pay $100 and you shoot a video in the jet, so it looks like you're going away in your private jet. Look at me, boy, I'm rolling. Like 6ix9ine or whatever his name is, the rapper, was throwing all the money on the ground when he owed money, and then later admitted to TMZ it was all fake. And they were like, why would you do that? And he's like, I'm an entertainer. I entertained you. I fooled you. He's like, you got a good point. So even TMZ was fooled by 6ix9ine. 6ix9ine? By the way, my favorite rapper is Tupac. So is it a play on words like tour? Yeah, 2,000 albums. Yeah, it's a lie. Now that 10-second clip that you did for that little slide part that they copied and pasted all over that one song that you only did like legitimately 15 minutes of recording a couple times, that you got paid $250 for, yeah, it's on a record. So you claim 2,000 records? Yeah, I'm on 2,000 records. People aren't smart enough to figure out it's not every song, all the guitar tracks on 2,000 records. It's snippets. Maybe a song, maybe 2 songs, maybe a 30-second part. We don't know. So that was the whole Tom thing. Now, Top Music Attorney. I got a discussion with them, and not her, she still don't answer the questions, and a guy defended her. And I go, listen, you have no idea about the music business. I've been in it 40 years. You're not going to write a letter to Congress changing royalty payouts. Yeah, but they're in charge of contracts and the laws. They are, but they can't make you sign the contract and make somebody tell you what they're going to pay you. If you're getting paid $1 million for 3 years, that's a lot better than working at Wendy's. I'll take the $1 million for 3 years. Do I think I'm ripped off? Well, if they're making $20 million, yeah, but you don't know what they're paying out. See, you're a spokesperson like social media. This is how you have to look at artists. You're Taylor Swift. You're nobody. You're a 14-year-old girl. You're marketable. So you become the spokesperson for Sony Records or whatever label she's on. I don't remember. You're the spokesperson for that label. You represent the label. They own you. You sign a contract like an employee. I'll abide by all your rules and ethics and your policies and your payouts. No one made you sign that. Number two, they put a lot of money in investment. Like Jay-Z did. Paid $20 million to get Beyonce on country radio. Well, what do you think Sony Records is going to do? They're going to pay you to get on this radio. If they're going to push you because they think you're going to be the big thing, they make or break you. They got vocal instructors, they got vocal doctors, they got nutritionalists, they got photographers, they got producers, the best in-house writers, the best this, the best that. By the time they're done impressing that record and putting it out there as a product, they spent millions upon millions of dollars. So that 20 million they made might be only 5 and you got 1. So no, they're not ripping you off like the Elon Musk thing. They're just not telling you how much everything goes in the details of the business. So like top music attorney is going around saying certain things without knowing the business. That's called misinformation, and you're being very fraudulent. You're a fraud. Just like if you take music gear as payment according to YouTube's guidelines, like another guy, Ben Jordan. He's looks like a producer or something. I don't know. I just watched the whole thing where he admits that he breaks laws and does this and doesn't do it like all other YouTubers. You can look him up. He's on YouTube. He admits that if he likes the gear and he keeps it for free and does a video on it, that's payment. You didn't mention that. It's YouTube payment. And there's another thing. Like guys like Pete Thorne and all these other guys, I don't know what they get paid per person, each person. Like I don't know what Pete, but they can tell you $500 to $1,000. I got 1 million followers. You want to come on my channel? This is how much it costs. Because I control my channel. If you want on here in front of my 5 million followers, it's gonna cost you $1,000. So you make 2 videos a day with two of these people. That's $2,000 times, say 3 days a week. $6,000 a week. Money becomes money most of the time, unless you're a dumb lottery winner and spend it all. So these are some of the things, I'm gonna have to do a couple things on this. Michael Smith, he got caught a couple months ago. He made $10 million using AI and bots. He was using AI for song streams, and then he was using bots to stream the song 661,000 times a day, each song. And he made, from 2017 to 2024, $10 million doing nothing but manipulating the system. It's like someone stealing welfare checks. So going back into the 59 issue with Tom. Now, Joe Bonamassa owns a lot of them, but did he always? No. So let's talk about Joe Bonamassa. Number one, he's a great guitar player, great artist and singer. But what they don't tell you about is how his dad was a big guitar dealer back in the day when he was a kid, and he sold a lot of guitars to a lot of famous artists. That was his foot in the door. Rubbing elbows with the best. It helps. No, we can't say that. Anyway, only my drummer. That goes to show that's how it works. Just like top music attorney. Those big record labels grease politicians' hands. What are you going to do? Your pockets aren't deep enough to go after their lawyers or change law. You don't have deep pockets. No one gives a crap about your letter. Yeah, okay. This guy's donating $20 million and you expect me to change and conflict of interest with him? And a lot of people do the conflict of interest. Like Ola England. He's got solar guitars, but yet he's still demoing other guitars and selling other guitars on his channel. Like for me, Skittles. I'm a music guy. There's no conflict of interest except for with my diabetes. You want to sponsor me? It'll only be Skittles. or something like this. No music gear company is going to sponsor me. Ever. Ever. Now, Bonamassa, going back into the 59s. Did Bonamassa always play Fender and have all those amps? No, he played Buddha amps for many years. Buddha. What happened with them? I think they went out of business. Buddha amps. He used Buddha exclusively. He also had to deal with Music Man. He was playing Music Man guitars for a long time. So where were the 59s if there were such holy grails? All that BS lies. BS lies. Just like the tone wood thing. Let's talk about wood. What is wood? It comes from a tree. Was that oak tree made better than the other oak tree? How do you make a tree better than another tree? What does the wood do? I'll tell you what the wood does from a 200-year-old tree. When you cut it, the same thing that all wood does. Dries out, becomes dry rotted. How do you protect wood? Why are there finishes on guitars? To protect the wood. Just like shielding to protect noise. But it's just common sense logic and reasoning. So what happens to your 58 when you got all that belt buckle rash and all that's exposed on the back? I take rubbing oil and I put it on my 58 because my 58's beat that. So my 58, they're redoing everything. Told them, put stainless steel frets on there. They're like, are you sure it's not gonna? You're lucky if the guitar's gonna be worth $25,000. I'm like, I paid $8. Just do everything. Take the pickups out. I'll sell the pickups. Put some bare knuckle pickups in there. I want these pots. I want this. Okay. So they're doing that. I told them, don't touch the finish. All right. So they're working on that. Even sent them the strings, EVH 10s with the guitar. So there you go. Magnets can be desensitized, and there's a lot of people on here that are doing things without telling you. Like the Ben Johnson guy, he admits to taking the free gear, but he doesn't tell you. Well, when I take the free gear, that's payment according to YouTube guidelines. Kind of left the details out. That's what they all do. Even him, in his own video, that says we all break the law, but you also break guidelines according to YouTube, and you're not telling people that that's payment. And why don't you do the bad reviews that you claim? Because you think it's a waste of time? I'll tell you why you don't do bad reviews. Because you won't get no more companies reaching out to you. Good or bad. Now, how can you turn that around as a positive and not do bad reviews? Because you could tell the company, this is my deal with you. Because see, we don't see the private emails and the non-disclosures. This is my private email. I'll show you one. But you didn't show me the other 10. If you're going to be transparent, go all the way, and tell us, are you making money by not doing bad reviews? Are they paying you? Listen, we appreciate your time. I'm sorry you were unhappy with the product. We'll compensate you. Here's your return packaging slip, and here's $300, $500 for your time for using it for the week. That would be better than letting him expose you and getting a lot of bad reviews by hundreds of thousands of people. How many people are doing that? You see, this can run deep. It's just a matter. Again, this is like a test pilot to see what you guys think of this. Who else? I'm gonna say Dovey Das, he's another one. Do I have a problem with what he does in his channel? No. It's his character. It's flawed. What do I mean by that? He clickbaits everybody in his titles, which you're not supposed to do. When I played Eric Clapton and he happened to be in the crowd, he was never there, and you click on it, there's no... And he built a reputation off of lies and frauding people off his titles. Is that a good guy? People that lie in titles and clickbait. Is that good to do? Because you want clicks? How do you guys view that? If you're not honest about what you do on your title. Like, so this is like a kind of like a test thing for you guys because it's informative on the music. Now you know by the way, do you guys know who changed the music industry on recording with the multi-million-dollar production and how that all started? I don't know if anybody knows. So Robert Sarzo, who's a friend of mine, and I'll show you something else. He played in a band called Hurricane, and Kelly Hansen was the singer, and he's been singing with Foreigner for the last probably 20 years. Foreigner, who doesn't get a lot of credit. Foreigner 4, they spent $1 million in the studio and exceeded everything that the record labels thought they were crazy to do. But they revolutionized the way recording was done by producers, by record labels, by engineers. They are the pioneers of changing recording. Queen was another. But it was Foreigner who ultimately did that. So, hope you enjoyed this, but let me, the problem I had with Tom before I go to end this, it was the fact that questioning Tom, he deflected the questions I sent to him about his guitar, about certain things. That's how I knew he was hiding stuff. Plus I have emails from him. But I'm going to show you guys. I don't know, some of you guys are going to know who Doc Reno is. Oops.
I'm pretty much around all day tomorrow. Give me a call back tomorrow sometime. I want to talk to you about my celebrity golf tournament coming up and pick your brain on some musicians that I could invite to come and play or just come for the lunch. I've had Nico McBrain, I've had Tico Torres, I've had Carmine Appice at the tournament in the past. Dave Spitz came to the second one. He didn't play, he just hung out.
So,
but anyway.
I want to play the whole thing. But that's Doc Reno. He has the longest syndicated show in Florida. He's also a big DJ on iHeartRadio in Clearwater. He's a good friend of mine and he's a big DJ. Goes back to Tom's comments. Why would one of the biggest DJs in Florida be calling a cover band guy? Tom, you got something to say? Oh boy. So I'll show you right here. So here he is right there. Doc Reno. But look under that. Carlos from Louis Fonsi, who played with Steve Vai, drums. And you can see down there, Eric, Great White, manages Lynch and White and AON and Brett Carlisle from Great White. But look under Eric. So you can see it's all in succession from the Doc Reno call. Jason Bonham. Oh look, Patrick Johansson. So like some of these guys are friends of mine. Why would a cover guy be friends with all these guys? So you guys know, Big 105 is having a charity. If you're in the area, it's a Big 105. It's for cancer. But what they do is they pay your bills. So let's say you're a mom or a dad and you have to take your kid to treatment, so it interferes with work, or you can't work or lost your job and you're behind in half your mortgage, your husband still works but you're the wife, stay at home. They pay the other half of your bills. They don't do the cancer stuff or treatment stuff and medical. They pay for gas. They pay for your car. This is what Doc does. And Doc is a cancer survivor as well as what I went through and my singer went through. Now, what I can tell you is, and there's Mark Kendall right there, and I said Eric will call you, blah blah blah. So he's from Great White. You can see Chris Rizzola down there. He's from Steelheart, Jason, on there. But like, okay, so here's my buddy Timbo. So I sent him up there, and he's like, "That's cool. Okay, if my schedule lets me, I'm gonna do real busy. Hope all well in your world. LL. Sometimes. Thanks, my friend." So who's Timbo? Timbo. Let's see. Lost him because I was looking at. I have texted. I almost showed you by accident from John Bon Jovi. So Timbo is a good friend of mine. If you don't know who he is, you can look up Tim Diduro. Diduro. He played with Slaughter and Skid Row. He's a good friend of mine. Great guy. He's going to come, as well as Patrick said that he'll be there from Ingve. So if you're in the area, we might even set up the band. I might bring a PA and set up part of the side because it's a good cause. I like the idea of what he's doing, and they look at everything and they pay bills for people. Like, you can't eat this month because you're spending all your money getting your kid to get the treatment. Let's help you out. So this is a celebrity golf tournament. And they have an auction there. So I might donate a guitar and sign it for everybody with my old stage name, which I won't tell you guys. But what I can do on the guitar is sign my real name and stage name and put the year on there with the band. It'd probably be one of only kind in the world, because then you have the proof of both. John, would you? Let me see what he wants. You get to watch me text John Bon Jovi. So we'll see what he says. 2 marketplace messages. Lewis and Reiki. I don't know, Lewis. My buddy. You know it. I need cash. What the hell? He's selling a Greco. Made in Japan Greco. Man, those are nice. Anybody want to buy one? Let's see. Made in Japan Greco Les Paul Custom. Anybody interested in that? I'm going to give you his information right here. Jonathan Meyer. Right there. He's a good friend of mine. He's a bail bondsman. He's selling that. He's got some guitars for sale, so. Nice looking. They're nice guitars. Some of those Japanese guitars are really nice. The Tokiyas, the Bernies, the Grecos. Japan makes better guitars. Says he's got to order them, so I don't know what that is. Send me a picture. So there you go. Dovidas. Again, I don't have a problem with him or his channel or what he does. What I have a problem with him is the character, and it's flawed. Again, clickbaiting. Eric Clapton. I started to play Eric Clapton, and man, why all the deceit and the lies? That hard up for money that you don't want to get a real job? It's like some of these people, even these, not even social media people, but like on YouTube. Let's see. YouTube. Let me see if I can find. Paying back food stamps. So people are getting caught because they're posting. Let me show you. Let's go to a commercial. Yeah, so let me skip the commercial just so you guys can see a little bit of it. Skip.
Got arrested again. This time for welfare fraud. And I use my food stamps to buy the pop, and then I go to the parking lot and I pour them all out.
So what she did is she's using her food stamps. She gets $3,000 a month for food stamps. Number two, she's driving a 2025 Tahoe, which is 60 to 80, 100 grand, depending what's in it. She's going out and pouring the Walmart soda out, and then taking these cans, instead of helping people with food, she's dumping it out and taking the cans back in and putting them in the machine for $16. And someone called the police on her. And then it became a welfare fraud. And then what happens is she's posting this stuff on social media, so they see the house, they see her name, they see her car, they see this, so they show up, and they took it all away. I don't know about the car, but she was getting $900 in cash plus $3,000 in food stamps, and says that it was her right. She's entitled to it. That's your tax money. I don't care what side you're on. You pay. We all pay taxes. But I mean, that's the kind of stuff that goes on. But why would you go on social media and post that? I don't know. So there's a lot of stuff that is going on. I saw Will Smith had a mental breakdown because Sony Pictures is rating him out of Men in Black 5, and because his kid's gay with the castle on the head at the Grammys, and they're taking DEI out of the wokeness, all out of Men in Black. He had a meltdown over that. But there was an argument trying to get his wife into the picture. It's kind of like the Beyonce thing, Jay-Z getting her into the NFL because he's in charge of the entertainment. It's all falling apart. Everyone's getting exposed. So this is the kind of stuff that I was talking about that I'll expose. I'll I'll talk about news and then expose people. And I'm going to post it on my regular channel. Let me know what you think of it. If it's something that you think people will see. I can tell by the amount of views, and I trust everybody on my channel. I know you guys want to see the guitar stuff and the lesson stuff, but is it interesting to you to hear this kind of stuff without going and searching? So basically, I'm searching the internet for you and bringing you some of the messed up stuff. But let me know what you guys think of it. Should it all be like, should it be just exposing just regular music YouTubers? Like, let's do one more. Music is a Win was one of the big companies that pushed Grace Bowers, right? I'm going to show you how messed up this is. So I watched one of her videos from 2 weeks ago. Right there by my finger. 2 weeks ago, Grace Bowers live. 560 something views. Why? Because she's not being pushed by a social media influencer like Music is a Win or the Kimmel Show or this, where they're investing money and they're paying these people to put her on the shows. So who's paying? Is it Gibson? Who's paying to put her on the shows? Is it her? Or is there companies involved behind it? Like I said, they'll pay you not to put bad publicity on because it doesn't benefit them. So who is it that's pushing her? Who is the one financing all this? What did they gain out of it? They gain money, obviously, because why else would you do it? I don't know. For me, it's a setup for failure, because if you're not selling records or streams, then you're gonna go broke. How many people win the lottery and go broke? Lots of them. How many musicians are broke? How many famous musicians are broke? See, this is another thing. Can you even look that up? So like Tommy Tedesco, he's the most recorded musician. Musicians that went broke. I know Guns N' Roses did it one time. Who's broke? Let's see. Musicians who went broke. Wow. Holy crap. There's lists. Willie Nelson. Big list. Tony Braxton. Billy Joel, but he's not broke no more. He did go broke, but made a comeback. David Crosby, MC Hammer, Marvin Gaye, Keisha, Lauryn Hill, Ted Nugent, 50 Cent, Dee Snider, George Clinton, Jerry Lee Lewis, Meatloaf, Michael Jackson, Mick Fleetwood, Courtney Love, Isaac Hayes, TLC, Tom Petty, Goo Goo Dolls, Grizzly Bear, Leif Garrett. Wow. So they might not be broke anymore. Grizzly Bear. I don't know who Grizzly Bear. Tom Petty. They went bankrupt. But we don't know why they went bankrupt. We don't know if they had money in foundations that they're not listed on, that they're like part of a CEO or something that get paid out in dividends, like that kind of stuff you don't have to report. Or you hide money in offshore accounts or other countries or anything. There's so many ways to get around it. You know, Trump got around it. Billy Joel got around it. Obviously, he's got a mansion in West Palm Beach. So you don't know how they go broke and how they get the money or where they hid it. That's a whole nother issue. This kid goes so deep. Again, let me know what you guys think. Do I keep this on the channel? Is it interesting? Would you watch this like once a week? Should I just post it on the other? Maybe I'll do one on this channel and one on the other and see what happens. So anyway, let me know what you think. Should I just leave it on here and just do social media is not a win, or social media is a win? Like part 1, fake social media. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. Maybe I'll put I don't know. Who knows what we'll do. Anyway, maybe I won't use any names in the title. I just put fake influencers. And then you know that that's what this video is about. You don't have to do anything about it. Alright, peace out. Let me know what you guys think. I don't care if there's hate comments or not hate comments. Like I said, even with Tom, it was funny to me. He liked my playing. He said I was an amazing guitar player, and this and that, had not a problem. But again, his followers would come on here and say how bad of a guitar player I was and not even close to him, which kind of goes against what he was doing. That's baffling. It's kind of like someone posting about, well, you know, I'm not going to answer the bad comments. They only want attention on this post. Yeah, but you just posted something that you want attention on. Are you a hypocrite? Like, see, this stuff don't make sense to me. The world is... Social media, I'm going to blame for the world. And teaching and bad parenting. I don't know. Peace out. Hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know in the comments. All comments welcome. Just be respectful. Don't bash. Just say, nah, it's not a good idea. Keep it on the other channel. That's all I want to hear. I don't want to hear this garbage and blah, blah, blah. Whatever. Yay or nay? Yes, you'd like to see it. No, you wouldn't like to see it. Or yes, you'd like to see it, but on a different channel. That's all. That's all. Please hit the likes. The likes, you don't have to subscribe because of this video, but just hit the likes. The likes help me. The likes help more than subscribers, believe it or not. So peace out.